All right, so problem I had with the refrigerator is it sits loose in here when the slide is in. Well, you can see right here. So that's just basically 2 fingers. So what typically happens is going down the road, this thing walks its way all the way over to here, and then you can't open the door. The other thing I noticed is when the slide is closed, this piece down here had a big gap. That kind of tells me that when the slide is closed, this floor is pushing down, and that's why this is so loose. So what I'm going to do is open the slide, and I would be willing to bet that that refrigerator will tighten up nicely in there. Alright, so we're all the way open, and just like I figured, now that refrigerator sits nice and tight. So the problem isn't that the refrigerator is loose when the slide is out. It's when you're traveling, which is when you want the refrigerator to sit tight in there. All right, so we'll go ahead and take this slide out and kind of keep an eye on the bottom. Alright, so when I do that, the refrigerator sits tight in there right now. And you can see there's really not a whole lot of movement if I go to step on that piece. And not that I'm putting all my weight on it. Alright, let me bring the slide back in just a little bit. So we get it off of that roller. The refrigerator still right there sits pretty tight in there. You can see the whole slide rocking, but it's not like it's dropping down in the front. So let me bring it all the way in. So now just with a little bit of pressure, you can see that there's a lot of give. But the biggest thing is, now the refrigerator sits loose in there, and you can see the front of that slide, or the inside of that slide, moving up and down quite a bit. You can see there's a gap. So again, I'm not so concerned about this piece. I realize this sits loose, but I think this is a good indicator that the front of this, and again, this refrigerator is empty, so if I were to fill it up, you can imagine there would be quite a bit more weight on there. So let me just rock the refrigerator a little bit. You can see just the floor in the slide is just not fastened down very well, or not holding very well.